Hi, everyone. I'm Karen Curry Parker. Welcome to the Understanding Human Design podcast. I'm here today with quantum human design specialist, level 3 specialist, Tammy Mack, and we're going to be talking about human design and the importance of mentorship as a path to growing into the fulfillment of a true and authentic life. Welcome, Tammy Mack. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Karen.
So I want to just dive straight in because you do something that's a little bit different than coaching. And I think a lot of people that talk about human design, or a lot of the people that we have on the Understanding Human Design podcast, me, myself, I have been a life coach for almost 35 years, which is, I don't want to count that. And coaching has, of course, been the big career buzzword for the last 10 years at least, but you don't do coaching, you do mentoring. Talk to me about what's the difference between mentoring and coaching.
So for me, mentoring is having that continued support. I really found that I grew so much more when I had a mentor, because a mentor gave me that support that I needed in the moment. So when we're being coached, generally with a group coaching, it's not very specific. Where I find with mentoring, sometimes my clients' needs are different. Sometimes they need a foundational reading, sometimes they need some energy work, and sometimes they just need to talk and for somebody to be listening to them. And so that's where mentoring really came into my life, when I hired some really powerful mentors that gave me what I needed in the moment instead of a structured program.
That's fascinating. So, okay, I have to get really nitty gritty on this for a second. So how do you set that up logistically? Like, do people have your phone number and they just call you whenever? Or, I mean, what kind of a relationship, timing wise and connection wise, does that create? And how is that maybe different from coaching?
Yes, absolutely. So in my coaching programs, generally I keep them short term, as in 3 months. I think that a lot of growth and expansion can happen in 3 months, but we're also evolving so fast now that a lot can change in 3 months, and we may not need the same mentoring or the same person for a year-long program anymore. I've definitely found that as well. So what I like to do is I like to structure my programs where you get two 90-minute sessions a month with me. And then I also love collaboration. Collaboration is so important to me, and having a list of different therapists and friends and people that have their own geniuses to offer to my clients as well. So we have the 2 sessions, but I also have an open channel as well for quick questions, for listening, and whatever else is needed. I like to set the program into a structure of the first month personal and personal development, the second about relationships and our conditioning field and our blocks, and the third about our service. Once we know ourselves, we're open a little bit more, serving from our hearts.
Beautiful. So, okay, I have to just throw this in here. When I first started off in the work that I do, I actually started off as a life coach first. That was my original training. And then I kind of stumbled into, through serendipity, human design about 22 years ago this month. And when I started adding human design to my coaching practice, what I saw was that it just shaved an enormous amount of time off of my coaching relationships. Talk to me about how human design has maybe impacted the way in which you work with people, and what do you think are some of the big bonuses that somebody gets from working with someone who has human design in their toolkit?
Absolutely. And human design is a fabulous toolkit to have. It's a great tool to have. In my 20 years of energy work and learning energy, I actually studied a lot of the human design separately. And so when I found human design and it was such a beautiful system, it really felt like coming home. It felt like an integration, and I really appreciated that. The one thing that I love about human design is alignment, and the strength that you feel when you are aligned, the synchronicities and the coincidences that just open up your world when you're in alignment with your truth and moving from a space of alignment as opposed to scattered.
Hmm. Beautiful. I also found, and maybe you've had this experience too, that, when you understand the chart and you especially understand those places that are more vulnerable to conditioning, such as open centers in the chart, that it really does give you kind of a laser viewpoint on where your client might be stuck, where they may have, particular issues around conditioning. And it really kind of gives you, I think, just a fast track way to get to the heart of why somebody is either in pain or really not fulfilling the full potential of their service, as you say, or living in the full potential of their alignment. So,
Absolutely. And I find a lot of the times my client thinks it's one thing and it may actually be another thing.
mm-hmm.
And that's another thing that I really like human design for, is that it's so expansive and it really does hit home on so many different archetypes in our body, and understanding them all brings us so much more growth for sure.
So beautiful. So, in your own personal practice, because you're an orchestrator, you're a projector type, and projector types, especially in terms of doing business and doing the work that you do, really require a different pacing around work energy and a different way of actually doing business, if you will. Talk to me a little bit about how understanding your human design has helped you become a better mentor and a better businesswoman.
Absolutely. It really gave me this really interesting perspective of, I used to think that I was flighty
Mm,
because I, when I was going to high school, for instance, there were so many different types of people. And in one day, I could be wearing Wranglers and listening to country music. The next day, I could be wearing my pants backwards and, listening to Crisscross and being a hip hop, person. And then I could be listening to alternative music the next day. And I've been like that all my life, where I've just had so many different interests. And so I started to think that I was flighty, like I couldn't hold my focus. And then when I found human design and I realized how open my chart is, my chart is completely open, other than my will and my spleen. And so it gave me that sense of being able to relax into, this is who I am. This is
mm.
actually a gift. I'm not flighty. I'm just experiencing life in such an abundant way. And that's really powerful. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So I would never think of you as flighty. So that's like the last word I would have thought of for you. So you talked about how much you love collaboration, and you're actually involved in a really, I mean, a collaboration that I'm super impressed and super excited by, where you've joined together with other human design specialists and created what you're calling the portal. Tell us a little bit about the portal.
The portal started with an idea called aligned intentions.
Hmm.
And a lot, being very open, my ajna and header open, I get lots and lots and lots of downloads, lots of downloads. And the one download I got was called aligned intentions. And at the time, I didn't really know what that was. So, of course, I poured aligned intentions and everything. And what I found was it was actually a platform, and it was a platform for conscious collaborations. And so when I was able to use my resources and be open to the right people coming into my life, we were able to consciously collaborate on a program called Portal. And so it was super exciting how that happened, because I used my energy type, right? As a orchestrator, as a projector, it's being recognized and being invited. And so I use my resources, as I know somebody, Kristen's a fourth liner. And
Hmm.
so I told her my idea, and she, is a network. She's so beautiful in what she does. She was able to pull people towards me that saw my vision as well. And so we were able to align in a vision and create a program called Portal.
Beautiful. So you guys have this portal that's technically open all the time, but you have sort of an upcoming deadline, January 19th. And in this portal, you're collaborating with other human design specialists to mentor people as they step into alignment with their intentions, I'm guessing.
Yes, so it's a 3-month program, and the first month is all about learning your human design and
Mhm.
learning your gene keys and learning who you are through your incarnation cross, through your energy type, your strategy, your authority. So the first month is all centered on learning who you truly are. And then the second month is all about our conditioning field and our blocks that we create in order to make us feel safe. And but then we're not allowing everything in that's truly that we're truly capable of allowing in.
Mm.
And so really understanding our relationships with others and our relationship to ourselves and our blocks in our second month. The third month, we're opening up to learning what it is and your gift and your genius to serve through your heart-based business. And
Mm.
so we go into more of the business side of things and how to open up into that.
Beautiful, beautiful. So how can people learn more about the portal?
Absolutely. So they can go to my website, www.tammymack.podia.com, and we'll leave a link below for other people to find us. You can also find me on Instagram. That's where I like to hang out the most. I am Tammy Mack. And then there's also 6 other specialists that you can find as well, either on Instagram or on my Podia website.
Beautiful. So again, that's Tammy Mack at Podia, Podia.com.
Yes.
And if you go to Tammy Mack's website, you'll find information about the portal and all the powerful people you pulled together in this great collaboration to really support people in discovering how to put their authentic self into self-expression through their place of service, their business, which, I just have to say and really, acknowledge you and commend you for recognizing the importance of keeping people aligned with their authentic expression as their place of service through their business. I have always taught that business isn't about making money, it's our place of service. It's the place where we have the opportunity to exponentially expand our place of service in the world. So I think this work of helping people really tap into and dial into not only their authentic self, but their unique place of service and giving them wind, if you will, under their wings so that they can really be lifted up into the fulfillment of that purpose is, I think, some of the most vital work that needs to happen on the planet right now. So thank you so much for doing that.
Yes, and being seen. And that I'm going to bring this back to mentoring.
Mm,
With mentoring, you're truly seen. And
mm,
when you're truly seen, you can shine your light. And so having a mentor to support you who truly sees you and is able to support you in whatever it is, whatever goal that you have, is so powerful.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Tammy Mack, thank you for joining us today. Again, you guys, Tammy Mack Tammy Mack at, help me with this one, Tammy Mack at podia.com, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Tammy Mack at podia, podia.com. You can go there to find more information about the portal, about Tammy Mack's mentoring process. You can get information about how you can become a mentee of Tammy and really get that one-on-one intimate connection with somebody who really sees you and who's going to really help you find your voice and your path to your true self-expression in the world. So thank you, Tammy Mack, for joining us. I am excited about all your collaborations and more, and I look forward to hearing more about all the brilliance you're sharing with the world.
Thank you so much, Karen.